Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to this Saturday special report. Out of order. What the hell's going on? Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And who says I'm never on time? Come on. On time is late, but early is on time. That's my motto. And of course, it's always easier when it's just me and no guests and no technical support. So anyways, welcome to this beautiful Saturday afternoon report. Janine and I wanted to do a quick show today on this particular topic. And I spoke with Janine this morning, and she's, of course, frantically preparing for tomorrow for our big housewarming party. So she says, GC, can you handle this one alone? I'm a little busy today getting everything in order. Some says, yeah, absolutely. So let me bring this up for you guys here who might not know the context of this particular news story. I posted this on Twitter yesterday, and this was from Zero Hedge reporting that banks around the world were suffering big outages, so leaving millions of customers in a lurch at the worst possible time. Now, what's interesting about that is, of course, we've been talking about this on the show for a while now, that this was coming. So if you know why we had put together the Stay Connected coupon code for the Insider Access Pass, it was because we were expecting this a couple of weeks ago, actually. We're seeing it in the cards that we were close to some moments where we would be facing disruptions, both in the payment systems and also at the banking system level. So these are cracks here that are happening in real time here in the mainstream news. Now, so I spoke to Janine this morning, and I had two specific questions. I said the first one was, who was behind the outage? And on that, okay, so I'm going to paraphrase here. I'm going from memory from this morning. And again, I apologize that I'm doing this alone here today as a big boy, but I can do this. So essentially, the who's doing this, she did say that there was a strategy card from the bad guys, or what she calls the deep state here. So that's happening right now. There seems to be a fight happening over the weekend in terms of what the cards were being pulled there. So that was interesting. My second question was, is this an indication that what you and I have been talking about this reset or this eventual maybe Sunday night Nixon moment would be about to occur? Like, is this part of transitioning over to a new system? And she did pull the cards on that earlier this morning and said, absolutely yes. So again, it feels different right now. There's something weird going on. So basically, we've seen these outages, as you know, in the last couple of months, over the years, and I've reported them on the show here before. But what happens here, apparently, it is actually part of a step forward here into moving into whatever new system is trying to supplant the old system. So we're at that stage now. Well, what I wanted to talk to you about, so a big thank you to Janine, who took a few minutes this morning to read some cards for me here and give me that heads up so that I can share with you guys here today. But what's interesting about that, I spoke to my father when I saw this yesterday, and he says, oh yeah, that happened to me too. So he was at a Caisse Populaire. So this is similar to what you guys called credit unions. And he said, I've never seen this. This was a Saturday morning, and there was over 20 people waiting outside to get their money out. They couldn't, for some reason, get into the bank. So not sure what the issue was with that. And he said we didn't have any answers from staff, although the ATM was working. But he said the ATM was working at a very low level. You can only do small transactions. So if you scroll back maybe a year, I believe, it could have been 2 years ago, Caisse Populaire had increased the limit per transaction in their ATMs, of course, dealing with inflation, all of this. But anyways, yesterday, apparently those numbers were a lot smaller. So he didn't say what it was that he was trying to get out, but it was above $1,000 and he couldn't do it. And so again, there he had to do 3 or 4 different transactions to be able to do it. And people were in line and were a little bit pissed off at all of the delays. Again, not knowing exactly what was happening. So interesting, to say the least. There's weird stuff going on here. So let me bring this in context to our Beyond Crypto Woo report. We actually did go into this here, the systemic failure of the banks and some of the issues going to happen here in the very near future about payment processing. So if you haven't seen that episode, I recommend you do. And if you haven't seen any Beyond Crypto Woo report, maybe now's this time to give this a try. Not only did we get into that, but we get into the timing also of what's about to happen in the crypto market and also what's going to happen in the gold and silver market, which is absolutely crazy. So in order to help you guys out here today, yesterday, let me see where this one was. This one here, Janine and I put out a 20% coupon code to try to entice maybe the people who haven't tried this yet to give this episode a try. Now, typically, the Beyond Crypto Woo reports are 11/11. So these are our monthly financial reports. And Janine and I had costed this at this price to try to be very, very competitive with the other spiritual woo-woo type of reports out there, which you can find at $20, $30, and $40 a month. So at $11, we thought we were very competitive here. But again, this week, we're trying to reach a little bit more people here and to get them empowered with this information. So that coupon code is available, I believe, until October 6th. So if you guys want to try that out, the links are in the description box below. And of course, you can find that here. So let me bring that link to the actual episode here in the live chat for you guys. Now, if you guys are already buying these and you're buying a lot of the pay-per-views, also in the context of what we're seeing here with these disruptions in the payment systems and the banking issues, Janine and I did put out a coupon code entitled Stay Connected to give you another 10% off here on the Insider Access Pass. This is the annual pass that gives you access to all of the pay-per-view library, including all of these Beyond Crypto Woo reports. So let me show you what that looks like. And of course, that library is growing by the day. So there's a lot there and quite a bit of value already in purchasing the Insider Access Pass. You're going to save a lot of money here on the long run. What's new, as you see popping up on the screen, also, I've added this little widget here to entice you and to ask you perhaps to consider subscribing to our newsletter. Again, here in the hopes that we can stay connected if and when either the channel goes down again. This is, of course, my third channel here, but also if we have other disruptions, at least this way, I'll have another avenue to connect with you guys. So please check out that newsletter application form if you see it appropriate to stay in touch with us. I really appreciate that. Okay, so again, stay connected coupon code for the episode. Stay connected coupon code for the Insider Access Pass, and also 20% off. Save 20 is a coupon code for the Beyond Crypto Woo report. And now going back to this idea, in my tweet earlier today, I said, hey, what's in your wallet? So what is in your wallet? What's going on with all of this? Are you ready to deal with these disruptions? So as Cliff High and David Morgan were saying in our last show, the Silver Woo on BitChute, I'll bring this up in a second here. They also said that it was a good idea perhaps to keep some cash on the side. That cash would be king for a period of time here during this transition. So if you don't want to get stuck with issues like this when you most need it, perhaps it's a good idea to take a little bit out and to stash that in your own possession. Again, not financial advice, but take that as what you will. Now, on top of that too, the idea of the hyperinflation here and the eventuality of a new system taking over and perhaps forcing everybody to take a haircut on the old system. This is what a lot of analysts are expecting. Perhaps your idea of taking cash out, but also converting it into things you actually need. Again, now not financial advice, but if you want to put a little bit of food ahead of yourselves to deal with some of the shortages, if you want to put ahead some energy requirements from your home, either that's firewood or propane or anything you can do to increase your self-sustainability here moving forward in these disruptions, might be a good idea. Now, in terms of finance, of course, maybe convert that paper IOU into physical gold or silver. And on that note, we also have, this was provided by Andy Sheckman. Let me bring this one up. This was for the Beyond Crypto Woo audience. It was exclusive to them when we launched this episode. These were the Valcambi 1 kilo bars at $225 over spot. There's still a few available of these. And of course, this coupon code is available to all of you guys now while quantities last. So let me bring that link down the chat as well. I did speak with Andy last night, and things are getting worse. If you remember last week, I think he sold 18 tons of silver, 18 tons. Yeah, 18 tons of silver the week prior. And it looks like this week is going to beat that record. So they're busy through the roof filling orders here, not just from the Beyond Mystic audience, but everybody else who's realizing that things are not normal. And again, on the idea of things not being normal, I did ask, let me see if I can bring that up very quickly for you guys here, BitChute. Well, not that one, but yes, if you want to, if you guys still don't know where Cliff High is producing his material, it's bitchute.com/Cliff_High. So now let me bring up my own channel here. So I can show you, come on, in the live stream. This episode here, the Silver Woo. So if you haven't seen that, there's a couple of concepts there that are important for you. One is the overwoo that's happening right now. Cliff went into detail to explain what that was, and also the concept of devolution. Penny Kelly and I just had a talk about this a couple of days ago, but maybe you want to start here to understand the basics here for this conversation. And we did get into why holding precious metals here was absolutely important, and also why it would be creating generational wealth for people holding it. And that was very fascinating in and of itself for that conversation. But also, and maybe more importantly in this episode, I asked both Cliff and David why this time is different, because we've heard all of these stories in the past 10 or 11 years or since the Lehman moment. Okay, things are about to break, but it never happens. The government is always able to kick the can down the road. So I asked them why this time was different. So go check out this episode to see why it is absolutely different this time. Fascinating episode. Okay, I'm going to get to the live chat here in a moment. So two last things before we go. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Of course, this is why Jadine couldn't join me here for this live stream today. She's prepping for this amazing housewarming party that will be live at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So join me and Catherine Edwards, who's going to be my co-host tomorrow for this party. So you can watch that either on Sending Ravens, the channel will be simulcasting there, or also here on Beyond Mystic. So again, 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, we're going to have a hell of a party with you guys live. And finally, tomorrow night, it's the Wacky Woo with JSnip4. And I got to tell you, things are really, really wacky. So do not look into those eyes. You never know. It's a Sunday night. It's the Wacky Woo. You never know what can happen or who can show up. That's all I'll tell you. But you might want to mark your calendar for this one. It could be absolutely wacky and through the roof wacky. All right. Graham Hobbs on the screen. He says, oh my gosh, JC, this is already trending in search engines. Really? They usually don't let me trend. So I do on BitChute with our videos, but not here on YouTube. So, okay, Graham, I appreciate that. That's cool. Who knows? Maybe that's also an indication of how the times are changing. So speaking of that, let me see here if I can entice you today to subscribe to our third backup channel here. It's Jean-Claude at Beyond Mystic 3. Hit that like button if you already haven't. And please do subscribe to our channel here and hit that notification bell so that you do get the notifications when we go live. Now, on top of people telling me that they're not getting the notifications here, I've tried to basically circumvent that. Again, YouTube, might be giving us issues here and there, and I don't want to get into the conspiracies as to why, but I typically post all of my episodes on my Twitter at least 24 hours before the show. So that'll give you an indication, for example, of the shows that are coming up tomorrow. So if you're not getting the notifications on YouTube, even though you've clicked that notification bell, please follow me on Twitter, and you can also follow me on Telegram. Again, the links to Telegram is also, and Twitter is below here. In my Telegram, it's Beyond Mystic Official, and you'll see a red dot next to it. Very easy to subscribe there as well. If you don't use Twitter, you can find me on Twitter, Telegram. And you can also find me on my Facebook, where I also post 24 hours before the shows. Okay, so let me go back to the chat here. Again, big thank you for joining us here today. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. I've been getting your notifications. Okay, good, Janice. But the last time I did this survey, at least 50% or 60% of you were not getting the notifications. And I get this every time I have a live stream. People say, hey, how come I didn't get this? And so a lot of you are not. So anyways, if you're not, you have maybe a workaround to that situation. And if you are, then you're all good. Ronnie says, thank you, JC. Thank you, Ronnie. I really appreciate that. Oh, somebody, okay, so yesterday or the day before, there was this video making the rounds about these emergency orders in Saskatchewan, New York, and a couple of other places here in North America. And you guys were emailing me like crazy to ask what was going on here. I know that Janine did a video on this last night. Let me bring this up for you guys. Sending Ravens, I believe it was. Maybe you want to go check out this one. Yeah, so this video here. So let me bring the link down. I basically concur with her, and that's why I wasn't really paying attention to that video. It doesn't feel right to me. And again, those emergency orders or those War Measures Act, they've existed for a long time, and they've always had very similar wordings. So it's not to say that now they're going to enact everything that it says in the warnings, but at any rate, I feel there's more going on behind the scene, and I didn't like the frequency of the way that was being presented. So anyways, go check out what Janine has to say, but essentially I think we're on the same page here. So don't stress too much about that one making the rounds, I guess would be my advice on that one. All right, let me see if there's anything else in the chat for you guys. I also get notifications. Okay, good. Let me see here. Now, so tonight I was going to do a show, but finally Sarah and I were invited by some friends to go out to dinner. So we're going to take the night off tonight and try to relax and be happy and merry with some like-minded friends. Much needed excursion for Sarah and I. We've been working really, really hard lately. So I'll be taking the night off tomorrow, but the show starts again on Sunday with 3 p.m. with Janine. And then at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, yes, with Joe for the Wacky Woo. And on Monday, there's quite a big schedule. So there's their typical live stream with Janine at 8 o'clock. And I'm also recording 2 pay-per-views in the afternoon. One of them is with Janine, and I think another one is with Solretta. We're finally getting around to doing part 3 of the Kundalini Secrets reveal on Monday. So all of that will be available on the Insider Access Pass and also to the pay-per-view very shortly after. So that's on Monday for you guys. Okay. Now let's go back and see if I have anything else. Guys, if you have any questions for me or anything else you want me to take a look at, or if you have questions perhaps for the Monday show with Janine, either put them here in the live chat or below in the comments after the video. And Janine and I will take a look at those before we go live on Monday to try to set up the best possible experience and show for you guys on the Monday night. Karen, enjoy your dinner. JC, appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, smiling eyes. Enjoy your Saturday evening. Thank you. Appreciate that also. So you guys too, I hope you guys have a great, phenomenal day. And again, this whole idea here of the out of order, Janine was absolutely on fire a couple of weeks ago when she saw this popping in the cards. We're seeing it now manifest in reality, not just around the world, here in Canada. I had the firsthand knowledge with my father yesterday, having these same issues. So there's weird stuff going on. And so maybe again here, if you've been thinking about prepping and you were still hesitating and you weren't sure if this was coming up, if all of these people were just, a little bit too wacky and too crazy, it doesn't mean they're wrong. And we're seeing some evidence here too. So it's always a good thing to be prepared. Hope for the best for sure, but do prepare for the worst. And whatever that means for you in terms of getting prepared, I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. You know perfectly well what is best for yourself and for your family. Shauna, thanks, JC. Have a fabulous dinner. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Ronnie says exactly. Yes, Marie Bert. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Marie. Oh, one last thing. Those pyramids. I'm still missing one winner, which was the Ayaman LLC. That was the only email we had. We didn't have a first name to that. So we've been emailing that person, Irene and I here for the last week or two. And I believe Irene has not yet received an answer from that person. So, but that was the winner of one of those pyramids. Everything else has already been mailed out. And the winner of the cell phone stand from this last week also, we have the winner on that, and we've been in contact with them also. So that's also in the works. Just to let you know, also Irene was in the ER yesterday, not feeling well at all. So please join me again here today in sending Irene, our beautiful Irene, who helps us with all of these amazing donations for the show. Please send her some loving and healing energy. She absolutely needs it right now, not just for her, but for her kids as well. So please join me in sending her lots and lots of love, sending her ravens and healing energy. All right. Enjoy your night out, JC. Check your site. Yes, absolutely. Oh, and one last thing. Again here, please do subscribe to the newsletter here, this new pop-up. When you get into the pay-per-view site and the product pages, this little newsletter thingy should pop up for you guys. It's very easy. Just type in your email address and click subscribe and stay in touch with us. All right. So that's it for today, guys. That was my special update here on this weird actualization of what we were reading here a couple of days ago about these disruptions in the banking system, and perhaps here also payment processing. We're hearing, oh, that's another thing, sorry. Quite a few are emailing me out of country to let me know that for some reason they used to be able to buy pay-per-view episodes, and now for some reason either PayPal or one of the credit cards they're using is no longer accepting it or giving them issues. I have no control over the payment processing system. It is a standalone app on our website. But again, it just shows you that there's weird things happening with the payment processing system. On that note, also on Friday, what are we today? No, on Thursday, my tech guys, because you know we're doing a site redesign for the BeyondMystic.net website. We are going to be adding crypto payments here very soon, perhaps even within the week. So you'll still have the PayPal and credit card and debit card option. And underneath that also, you will be able to purchase using cryptos. So the guys are currently testing that now. And I wanted to make sure that if they implement that, it wouldn't break what was already working, because a lot of you still like to use PayPal. And they said, yes, we can get this working. So anyways, they're testing that now, and it should be up hopefully within a week from now. So there'll be another option for you guys there on the site. And another update also for the Discord channel on the Insider Access group. For some reason, maybe 1 or 2% of you cannot access the Discord. And of course, this is also an external app, so we don't control and we can't troubleshoot your Discord account from here. So we're going to continue testing that, but we're also looking at having an onboard option for live chat for the Insider Access Pass members, so that when we're recording, you guys can ask questions directly live and kind of direct the conversation with Janine and I. So we're in the works with that too. So that's going to be really cool. Stay tuned for that. So a lot of new changes to the website also probably are going to get live, I'd say November or December. I'm trying to parse out all of this change management here to not overload my work, so that I can continue to produce all these videos for you guys. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming up on the website for you guys as well. All right, I think that's it for today, guys. I gotta get ready, finish my stuff for today, and then go out to dinner. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please do join me tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. This is our next live show for the Great Party with Janine. Have a great day, everyone. I love you, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.